Very, very happy to say that we are supported by CrossPlay Fun, powered by BetDAC. Join in the ultimate free-to-play football prediction game. Pick 9 match outcomes, home win, draw or away win. Your selections automatically create 10 different winning combinations. Score points by matching 3 in a row, just like noughts and crosses, or you can get a full house. We've got £10,000 in weekly cash prizes to give away. 5,000 for first, 3,000 for second, and 2,000 for third. 5 entries per week, more chances to win. You can download the app now through the link in the description, or you can scan the QR code. It takes seconds to play. Use your lucky pick if you need help with your selection, so it will fill those 9 selections for you. The leaderboard resets every Tuesday, so there's always a fresh chance to win. You can join our personal CrossPlay Fun League and see if you can outscore me as well. Just scan the QR code or go through the link in the description. You've got to be over 18 to play, but as I say, it's free to play and you can win big prizes. Links in the description. Big shout out to CrossPlay. And a couple of bits I wanted to talk about as well around this situation at Manchester United and how it was totally preventable, and it has to fall squarely on the shoulders of the owners of Manchester United, because I don't know how everybody else feels this morning, but I've got to be honest, for the first time in years, I actually just feel completely and utterly fed up and angry and just angry, just very frustrated and angry, and I felt like it ever since we got knocked out last night. I cannot believe that we are in a situation where we are having the same conversations again about comebacks and close and unlucky and targets and this, that and the other. And it's so bloody tiresome. It's so obvious that we're going to get worse. It's so obvious that we're worse than we were a year ago. And it's so obvious that it's all bloody spin. And I'm tired of it. I'm absolutely tired of it. And I don't have the answers. I wish I did. And I don't think we have the answers as a fan base. But I cannot understand why. I don't know what syndrome it is. I mean, I know what Stockholm syndrome is. It's like when you get kidnapped, but then you start to fall in love with your kidnappers. That's not what this is. But there's got to be some sort of syndrome that we as fans are falling into, because they're treating us terribly, and I actually think they're getting away with it. That if they offer up something that's positive, United fans will probably start singing Ineos. It's like they are absolutely atrocious, but nobody's doing anything. So I just think, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I have no answers as to how bad this is going to get and why people are putting up with it, but it's disgusting, absolutely disgusting. But look, let's get into the topics. It is a news show. So Wayne Rooney and Amorim, I mean, this was after I'd finished my match reaction last night, but Wayne Rooney and Amorim had a little bit of not a head-to-head, because it was done through the media, of course. Wayne Rooney, after the game, said this. I'll read what he said. He said, look, I think Amorim will get time. It's not a free hit because he'll expect more. But what we're seeing is not good enough, etc. It's been very difficult to come in during the season and have no pre-season, but he has to look to the future and moving forward. He says he's winning the Premier League. How can they compete to get further up the table? I think that's the next step for them. Managers aren't getting that time over the last 10 to 15 years either. You have to be selfish as a manager and say, okay, if I don't do it now, I might not get that time. I think it's a little naive to say they're looking to win the Premier League, because from where they are now, they're a long way off. So obviously that was put to Ruben Amorim about him being naive, saying that they're going to win the Premier League. And he said this, I'm not naive. That's why I'm here at 40 years old coaching Manchester United. So certainly a bite back there, certainly a snap back. And I think that, look, I've got to be completely fair here. This is what Amorim said that prompted what Rooney said. He said, the goal is to... This is when we've just been knocked out of the FA Cup as the holders in a tournament we need to win because our season's on its arse. Ruben Amorim said, the goal is to win the Premier League. I don't know how long it's going to take, but that's our goal, and no matter what, we continue forward. I don't want to hear that, actually. I said that... Look, I've got to repeat what I said in the match reaction. I said it was naive. I actually said it was naive before I'd even heard Rooney said it. I said it was naive for a Manchester United manager, after we'd been knocked out of the FA Cup, when we're in the bottom half of the table, to start talking about winning the Premier League. If that had come out from Omar Barada, Also, Jim Radcliffe, I'd call it spin. Now, I don't call it spin from the manager, but I do call it naive. I think it's naive to think that Man United fans want to hear that. Naive doesn't mean that you're not a good manager, mate. It just means it was naive to say our target is to win the Premier League when we are where we are. And most of where we are is not on Ruben Amorim. This is like 10 years in the making, but it's naive to think that Man United fans want to hear about winning the Premier League when we're on our arse. That's where it's naive. It's also naive to think that we're capable of winning the Premier League, I agree. But I don't think it should have been said. I really don't. And I understand why he said it, but I don't think it was ever going to resonate because we are Manchester United. And whilst we are Manchester United in name, the fans aren't responsible for this, and Manchester United fans understand what Manchester United should be. And talking about winning a Premier League when we've just been knocked out of the FA Cup at home to Fulham, it's not to send me to bed last night going, we're going to win the Premier League. Like I don't actually agree with it. And Amorim, I don't have a problem with him saying it, but I don't think it was going to make United fans feel positive. It's like basically it's like getting publicly dumped by your missus and then telling everybody doing a press statement that you're going to marry Margot Robbie. Like, it's not going to happen, is it? You're Steve from down the road and Carol's dumped you. Like, you're not marrying Margot Robbie. She's not even on the market. So that's what it feels like. You've just been humiliated by somebody that, maybe you should be not being humiliated by. And then you say, don't worry, I'm going to go and win the World Cup. It's like, it's not going to happen. And I think it was quite an irritating thing to come out after the game, if I'm being honest. So I know ex-players aren't helpful. I think the biggest problem with Amorim is he does more interviews than a detective. He's always doing interviews, and therefore he's always being asked questions, and a lot of the questions won't be good, and he has to respond to them. Less is more. I know he's got to do interviews after a game, but this is what happens when you keep getting asked questions. He does too many bloody interviews, and therefore we know the quality of the mainstream media in journalism is shit. So if you do loads of interviews, you're going to get a lot of shit questions, and you're probably going to answer silly questions as well. And I think that talking about the Premier League after a game is silly. And I actually think that what Wayne Rooney said was spot on, in the sense that talking about winning a Premier League with that Man United side or any time in the future is naive. And also, how long is he going to get? You don't get that long in the modern game. So there's already people out there saying Amorim out, so he ain't going to get time to win the Premier League. He isn't. So I think the club is in a mess, like Elliot says, and it will be a theme removing Amorim. I think that will start to happen, mate. I mean, I don't want it to happen, but I don't think I felt this down on a Monday morning for a very long time. I just feel so... I feel like picking the chair up and throwing it through the window, if I'm honest. And that's no way to be. I feel absolutely so fucking angry this morning, really. Because I don't see anything to cling on to. I don't see anything to cling on to at all. And I just think that we get the club we deserve, right? And so many of the themes that I'm hearing this morning are like, I'm not interested. I've seen a story about Victor Osimhen. Again, I've seen stories about formation again. I saw Gary Lineker. I read this actually, that Gary Lineker yesterday on Match of the Day actually was talking about Sir Alex Ferguson being responsible. Now, the brilliant thing about this is it wasn't even the niche, intelligent argument about Sir Alex Ferguson, the horse, the Rock of Gibraltar, and how the Glazers got shares. No, it wasn't in something like niche and intelligent like that. Gary Lineker was basically saying, if you look at the way Jurgen Klopp left the club and you look at the way Sir Alex Ferguson left the club, that this is where it all started to go wrong. So basically saying that Sir Alex Ferguson left a team that wasn't very good, and that's why Man United aren't very good in 2025. Yeah, absolutely incredible, mate. Sir Alex Ferguson left in 2013. It is 2025. So we're blaming Sir Alex Ferguson for leaving a team in 2013 for us being knocked out the cup by Fulham 12 years later, when we've spent over £1.2 billion on players. Are you having a bloody laugh? But this is the mainstream for you, isn't it? How the bloody hell can it be Sir Alex Ferguson's fault that we're shit 12 years later? Come on. I mean, but that's the sort of analysis you get on the FA Cup TV rights main presenter. Absolutely incredible. And don't get me started on Lineker, because you can do a little Google search and see, you know, apparently him and Ed Woodward are neighbours and close friends and go on holiday together. So Ed Woodward is basically, the Glazers have got a statue of Ed Woodward in their garden. So Glazers love Woodward. Woodward's mates with Lineker. I mean, it doesn't, 2 + 2 is 4, isn't it? You know, let's not talk about the Glazers on Match of the Day. I mean, we've got a presenter on Match of the Day, BBC, who is mates with Woodward, who is mates with the Glazers. So, you know, let's push it onto Sir Alex Ferguson because he left an old team in 2013. I mean, just do your bloody research. Do your bloody research. Sir Alex Ferguson wasn't retiring. He didn't deliberately leave that team and think it was crap. He wasn't retiring. He retired because his wife, her sister had died. That happened quite suddenly, and he felt that he needed to spend time with his wife. He wasn't planning on going. That summer, there was talk of us bringing Ronaldo back. Do your bloody research, Gary. Sir Alex Ferguson left quite quickly because of personal circumstances. He wasn't planning on going, and he didn't leave that team deliberately. He was actually intending to use that team the next season. So blaming Sir Alex for where we are 12 years later, 13 years later is incredible. Absolutely incredible. But you get that. That's your analysis on the mainstream, going out to millions, and millions will be thinking this morning, yeah, Gary Lineker's talking sense. Do your bloody research. Do your research. And in more ways than one. Woodward's mate talking about Sir Alex. Come on. Goldbridge, that's the end of the clip. I'm sure you enjoyed it. In fact, I bet that's the best clip you've ever watched. So there's no reason not to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you never miss a clip again. In fact, smash a like on the video, because we all know only legends like videos, and you are all legends. So please smash a like on the video, and we will see you again on the next one. Thank you very much for watching, as always.